Black Alabama player said it to Trump on live TV. Suspend his butt now by Jeff Rainforth for freedomdaily.com. For 8 long years, then President Obama divided the nation along racial lines. His hatred for everything, Western and American, oozed from every pore on his body. He hated our military, our men and women in blue, gun owners, and those of the Christian faith. He hated that white men and women had founded a nation that would become the greatest and most powerful in the history of the world. To him, whites were the devils of the world. Despite being born to a white mother and raised by white grandparents after his Kenyan father left his family to go impregnate another woman from Kenya. Obama hated white America and still hates it, despite white America electing him to the highest office in the land. Obama's legacy of dividing our country on racial lines lives on and is still being seen today, unfortunately. On Monday, there was an epic showdown between two college football teams who were vying for the title of national champion. Alabama versus Georgia. President Trump showed up to the game, being the avid sports fan he is. Not to mention he's a major fan of our country and our national anthem. Trump proudly walked onto the field with members of our armed forces to solemnly observe the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Crowd goes wild when they introduce President Trump at the national championship. This man is greatly loved, but keep believing those fake polls and approval ratings. Landslide coming in 2020. Say it with me. 2 terms. Hashtag national anthem. Hashtag CFPN national championship. So proud of my patriotic president during the singing of the national anthem at tonight's college football playoff national championship game in Atlanta at POTUS. We was spotted joining in. Not everyone was proud of our country and our anthem, though. While the entire stadium was grateful that President Trump showed up despite his busy schedule, one Alabama player wasn't, and he surely inspired by Obama's racist dividing of our country. Let Trump know how he really felt about him and all that he's done for us. As Alabama's team was walking onto the field via the stadium tunnel, running back Bo Scarborough let his racist ignorance shine through in what should have been a moment that all Americans could enjoy as the top 2 college football teams entered into battle for the national championship. Scarborough decided to ruin it for all of us with a Kaepernick moment. He literally told Trump to blank off. Watch as Scarborough screams. We can't play that because this is going to... as Alabama walks through the tunnel. Isn't that disgraceful, though? Alabama yells a blank Trump as he walks through the field. If a white player had said blank Obama when he was president, how fast do you think he'd be off the team? Absolutely. While we'd expect this from students at, say, UC Berkeley or Stanford, we certainly don't expect it from those at the University of Alabama. Alabama is a bastion of conservatism and voted solidly for Trump in the election. Was Scarborough influenced by Obama's anti-white / anti-American rhetoric? Via Newsweek, Alabama star running back Bo Scarborough was seemingly caught by a camera yelling blank Trump in a hallway ahead of the college football playoff national championship game Monday night. President Donald Trump was set to take the field for the national anthem prior to the Alabama Crimson Tide and Georgia Bulldogs kicking off their title game in Atlanta. Video posted by Sporting News appeared to show Alabama's number 9 Scarborough yelling the phrase in one of the tunnels under Mercedes-Benz's stadium. The outburst from Scarborough could perhaps cause controversy in Alabama, where some 63% of voters cast their ballot for Trump. If Scarborough was the one who shouted blank Trump, he'd join numerous other people from the sports world who have also spoken out against Trump, although perhaps not in as blunt terms and not on what seemed like it could have been a hot mic blunder. San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich, for instance, has routinely spoken out against Trump. Noteworthy because Texas is a red state that went from Trump in 2016, and Pop normally keeps his opinion to himself. You have to wonder why an African American who spouts such hatred towards our president. Under Obama, black unemployment reached record highs, while under Trump, in just 1 year, it's at its lowest level ever in our history, via the Washington Examiner. The unemployment rate for black workers fell to the lowest rate on record in December, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Friday. The rate fell from 7.2% to 6.8% in the month, beating the previous low of 7% set in April of 2000. The Bureau has data going back to 1972. The data point is one of several encouraging milestones that have been reached as the job recovery has stretched into its 8th year. Unemployment also hit a record low for Hispanic Americans in November. President Trump's Council of Economic Advisors didn't directly take credit for the milestone. In a post on the jobs report on the White House website, White House spokesman Raj Shah did say, though, on Twitter that the improvement in the black unemployment rate was attributed to Trump's economic policies. Meanwhile, the gap between black unemployment and white unemployment fell to the lowest level on record in December. In Donald Trump's tweet, African American unemployment is the lowest ever recorded in our country. The Hispanic unemployment rate dropped a full point in the last year and is close to the lowest in record history. Dems did nothing for you but get your vote. There. Hashtag never forget at Fox and Friends. Perhaps instead of saying blank Trump, this Alabama player should be thanking him. Look at what happened to Kaepernick when he disrespected America. He found himself out of a very lucrative job. Scarborough might find himself in the same predicament if the NFL doesn't bring him on, and he'll need one of those jobs Trump is so handily bringing back to our country. Scarborough should be suspended now until he learns his lesson. America feeds you. Don't bite our hand, because we bite back. Share if you think he should be kicked off the team. By Jeff Rainforth. I think so. He should be kicked off. That's very disrespectful. They think they're privileged somehow. And look, he's on the team with white players, and the coach is hanging his head, whoever this guy is hanging his head down. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The arrogance, right? Unbelievable. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We could take a quick listen because it's Fox. You know, it's such a shame in this day and age to have this kind of garbage taking place. I mean, how stupid can people be? How ignorant, right? He should be suspended. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.